guys, it's Elias here, and today I'm bringing to you a kind of more of a fun deck profile, and that is an Invoked-Dragonmaid deck profile. Invoked and Dragonmaids both kind of rely on fusions for their main playstyle, and the two kind of mesh well together. They're two of my favorite archetypes, both in just design and how the cards play. But yeah, without further ado, go ahead and get into this. So the main deck is 42 cards, I believe. And we'll start off with 3 copies of Alistair the Invoker. He's your main fusion guy. You can he searches the invoked fusion spell, and when he's normal or special summoned, or was it flip summoned, or flipped face up, you add an invocation from your deck to your hand. And then what's neat is because since most of the extra monsters are fusion, you can pitch him to have them gain 1,000 attack and offense, which is really nice. And next up for the Dragonmaid engine that I'm playing 3-chamber. Pretty much the best card in the deck. She searches your fusion spell and your trap cards that are really important. And she's just really good. She's your main combo piece. And yeah, I mean that's not much else to say really. On to the next up, I am playing 3 Parlor. She's really important because all of the Dragonmaid spells and traps, which she sends a Dragonmaid card from your deck to your graveyard, so it can be a monster, like Chamber, which you can revive with the trap card I'll get later too. Or she can send the trap card, the speller traps, which have graveyard effects, which are really strong. So yeah, that's that. And then the 1-0s, I play 1 nurse and 1 kitchen. You can make the argument for running 2 of each. It's like 2 kitchen, 1 nurse, or 2 nurse, 1 kitchen. It just really depends on how you want to play with it. Kitchen lets you add a Dragonmaid monster from your deck to your hand. And then Nurse lets you special summon a level 4 or lower Dragonmaid from your graveyard. The thing with Kitchen, and I believe, yeah. So the thing with Kitchen is that you add a Dragonmaid monster, and then you have to send a Dragonmaid from your hand to the graveyard. So usually you want to see 1 or 2 of her, because the discard can be kind of hard sometimes, but most of the time it gets you the cards you need. And then Nurse, again, she revives. You can try to run her at 1 or 2, just depending on what you want to do. And then for the big dragons, I run 1 Lorpar. She just lets you discard and lets you negate the effect of an opponent's monster on field. Tinkek, which lets you target a Dragonmaid monster and it gains 2,000 attack. I believe, which you can use that with Alistair to target the either House or Yugioh and gain 3,000 attack, which is really nice. And then 1 Ernest, she just lets you discard it to special summon a level 4 or lower Dragonmaid monster from your hand. I'd say you can change these out depending on, and for the ratios, depending on what you want. If you want to see Ernest more, just to get that special summon, so you can special summon Chamber or whatever from your hand. You do that. You can cut Tinkek, because sometimes the 2,000 doesn't always help. Lorpar, is just good, I think. So having effect negation on field is nice, so probably we'll just run that. Then next up are the hand traps and like regular cards that I've. So for hand traps, I'm running 3 Phantasme. Phantasme is just good in general because it's link. A lot of decks are link based, and it's just good against that. But also, it's a dragon. It's a dark dragon, which the deck synergizes well with since since one of the fusions requires a Dragonmaid monster and a level 5 or higher dragon monster, which Phantasme is. And then for the rest of the hand traps, I'm running 2 Ghost Ogre, pretty self-explanatory, and then 2 Ash. You can trade them out, honestly, like for its needs. Like you can go draw Lockbird instead of Ghost Ogre, or like DD Crow instead of, Ghost Ogre, Phantasme, or if you want to cut Ash for something else, you can kind of mix and match your hand traps really well for this deck. Really all decks, but and then for kind of tech options, Noctivision Dragon, it pretty much exists to act as an extender for when you special summon Chamber or Phantasme. You can special summon Noctivision's effect is when you special summon a Dark Dragon monster. When you special summon a Dark Dragon monster to your field, you can special summon it from your hand. And then if it's sent to the graveyard as link material, you can draw a card. So if Chamber is specialed, which 99% of the time you're trying to special summon her, at worst you normal summon her. And if you have Noctivision in hand, you can summon him. Or, kind of a spoiler for the extra deck, you summon, you link summon, what is it called? It's the Link 1 dragon, Striker Dragon, which is a dark Link 1 dragon, and then you can special summon Noctivision to go into a Link 2, which I'll get to later. And then just one ofs, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. I mean, it's a dragon deck. It's incredibly easy to summon. You can use it to set up your graveyard with banishing a dragon that you don't need anymore. So like if you have a parlor on field and you start to use its effect, you can kind of just spin it, and then you can just res dragons from your hand or graveyard, or special summon dragons from your hand or graveyard, and then just kind of just help search it. Black Metal Dragon, which you can fetch from the deck via one of the link monsters, which I will get to later. That does it for the monsters. Now onto the spells and trips. So because it's a fusion deck, and it has a wide variety of elements and stuff, I'm running triple super poly. You can probably cut this to 2 or 3, just depending on like whatever matchup you may be up against. And what's nice about this is that since the invoked fusions require different elements, you can kind of pick and choose which ones you want to kind of help facilitate, or not facilitate, to help you play against like whatever deck you may be playing against. So like if it's fire focused, you can use the super poly to make what is it, Purgatrio if you have Alistair, or you can super poly away, like if you're up against a dragon deck, you can just use that, and then whatever, dragon maid you want. You can do it for Mud Dragon of the Swamp, which is really nice. I have some other fusion cards that are weird that you can probably cut and change it out for your extra deck, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, 3 Super Poly, 3 Magical Meltdown. It searches Alistair, and it prevents your fusion summons from being negated. banishing Alistair to make one of the fusions you need, and so I completely lost my train of thought. You banish Alistair to make whatever fusion you need, and then it pretty much just recycles itself, which is really, really nice. And then for the and then to Dragonmaid Hospitality, it's a monster reborn for your Dragon Maids, which is really nice. And you can special summon from your hand. And then you can send a Dragonmaid monster from the same attribute but different level from your deck to your graveyard. So this is more for setting up either the smaller Dragon Maids. You can send the small Dragon Maids to your graveyard and special summon one of the bigger dragons, which the bigger dragons let you float into oh, I completely misread that. Well, the big Dragon Maids in hand lets you return them back to the hand to special summon level 2 or level 3, which most of the time you don't do, but you can do that for... Actually, no, you can't, never mind. But yeah, that's... The Hospitality is just a really good card. And then the one changeover, this lets you fusion summon a dragon fusion monster from your extra deck. Using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, and then while it's in the graveyard, you can target a dragon main monster you control. Add this back to your hand, and then return that monster to the hand. You can only use that effect once returned. In builds I've seen and looked at, they only ever really run this at 1, which is fine. Yeah, it's just a good card. Then like kind of the one-offs, called by Subtan Traps, Terraforming, just a search Magical Meltdown, and Upstart Goblin. It's a draw card. I mean, it's nice, but you know, I like running it, so I threw it in the deck. And then for the final 3 cards in the main deck, I'm running triple Dragonmaid Tiding. So what this does is this lets you target a dragon monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls, return them to the hand, which you can do for interruption on your opponent's turn, because you usually end with like a Dragonmaid on field, or again one of the link monsters, which I'll get to, which is kind of like the main crux of the combo of the deck. But the second effect is really strong because what you usually send with Parlor is you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a Dragonmaid from your hand or graveyard, but you return it to the hand during the end phase, which most of the time you're not. It's either getting linked off or fusion summoned or something like that, so that's fine. I'll see that makes it up for the. Oh, that's all for the main deck. Onto the extra deck. So I'm playing 3 House Dragonmaid. You can probably run 2 of her. I like running 3 just because a lot of the deck lists I saw were running 3, so that's kind of what I'm doing. So she requires a Dragonmaid monster and a dragon monster. And her effect, if I can get this to focus through the rainbow foil. So during the standby phase, you can target another Dragonmaid you control and special summon a Dragonmaid from your hand or deck. Sorry, hand or graveyard in defense position whose level is 1 higher or lower than it. And then while another face-up dragon monster returns to your hand, except during this damage step, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy it. There's a lot of hand bouncing that Dragonmaids can do, which is nice. So yeah, and she's a light attribute, which I'll show later why that's important. And then I'm running to Yugioh. She's kind of the boss monster, or she's pretty much the one of the boss monsters for this deck. So she requires a Dragonmaid monster and a level 5 or higher dragon monster. And then she kind of has the same she has the effect of during each standby phase you can special summon a level 9 or lower Dragonmaid from your hand or graveyard, which is nice. And then when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate the activation and destroy that card. And after that, you return it to the extra deck and special summon a House Dragonmaid from your extra deck. You can only use that effect once a return. So, I don't remember the combo off the top of my head, but what you can do is you can end on a Yugioh, and you can end on Invoked-Dragonmaid, this guy, which I'll get to later. And you can cut it. Caliga prevents. You can only attempt to activate one monster effect per turn. And if you have these two on field, you basically, if a monster activates an effect, card or effect, which can include monsters, but if it's a monster effect, you can use Yugioh to negate the monster effect, and then destroy that card, and then Caliga prevents your opponent from activating any more monster effects, which is really nice. So you can kind of control them that way, which is nice. Guilty Gear Free, the Magical Steel Knight. If there's any kind of warrior meta that comes back, you could probably use this. I think at the time when I was playing a different version of this deck, I don't know if Infernal or Ignoble Knights, whatever. I don't remember what they're called. They're the Noble Knights, but like the fire ones. Running around, you can use this. This is pretty much it's a super poly target, which this one house you could probably cut for different invoked monsters or different fusions that would be better, like the probably the new Light and Darkness dragon fusion, which I don't have. So and then your other super poly target, Mud Dragon. Same attribute, different types. There's a lot of same attribute decks running around right now. So that's good. You summon him. It's a good wall, or it's a good effect wall. Just kind of a staple for super poly targets. And then kind of the main, what you want to end on your end board is Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. So it's a link to, requires 2 dragon monsters and once per opponent's turn. If it's in the extra monster zone, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster from your hand or field to return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. And then if this card is distributed, you can special summon a dragon monster from your hand or deck, but you make its attack and defense become 0. So this is generally what you try and end on. So you can usually end with this, a Dragonmaid monster and Tidying, which allows for 2 bounces, and a special summon from the deck effect with this, which is really strong. I typically go for the Black Metal Dragon, Black Metal Dragon special summon, because when it's sent to the field of the graveyard, you add a red ice card from your deck to your hand, which will be Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. So that's generally what you can do. You can also get summon Dragonmaid cards. Say if you have Darkness Metal, you don't need it right that minute, to activate their effects on your opponent's turn, to like grab extra Dragonmaids, grab extra Speller Traps, or send to the grave, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really important card. And then Link 1 Striker Dragon. You use it solely because it's a Dragon Link monster. For Noctivision, you can use this. You can summon this to special summon Noctivision from your deck from your graveyard, or from your deck to your hand. And you can actually use this for Caliga or one of the other invoked monsters, which I'll get to right now, actually. So, running 1 Alistair Invoker of Madness. basically you can just summon him. You summon him, you discard a card, you add an invocation from your deck to your hand, which is pretty nice. You could probably cut him, but I just like running him. And then I run one Elysium. It's honestly it's just a big boss monster. What it does is it requires an invoked monster, so one of the fusions, or the link. I think the link. No, I'm sorry. It's just one of the other fusions. And then a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck must be fusion summoned first, and then while it's on the field, face up on the field, it is all attributes. And then once per turn during either player's turn, so it's a quick effect, you can target one invoked monster you control or it's in your graveyard, banish it, and all other monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute as that monster. So you can summon this potentially, and then if your opponent makes a board with like different attributes, you can target itself and basically banish every monster on the field, which is really, really good. Not good to probably run more than one. Maybe you could if you want to, maybe not. But it acts as a good kind of field reset, if you will. And then playing one Mechaba takes Alistair and a light monster, which you can use House or Yugioh to summon this. Typically, you probably want to use House to summon it. I mean, it's Mechaba. For those that don't know what it does, when you target or when a spell or trap or monster effect is activated, you can send the same type of card from your hand to the graveyard to negate the activation and destroy that card. It's probably old. It's probably outdated in today's day and age, but it still acts as a good negation and banish. So you can't get anything that destroys floats off in destruction. And the last two are Raijin. You can make him with Parlor or Lore Par, since it requires Alistair and a Wind, and then you can just flip a monster face down in defense position. And then the last one is Caliga. Kind of went over it already. And like I said, with depending on the deck you're playing against, you can run. You can probably trade out the Link and one House, or Guilty Gear Freed for Cocytus or Purgatrio. Because I think Water and Fire decks are running around right now that are pretty strong. Which you can use those as tech options for cards against that. But yeah, without further, yeah, that'll do it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys go out there and try it out. I would show hands and combos, but I can't remember any of it off the top of my head. And there's a couple videos out there. I'll probably link them in the description that can kind of show off what combos you can do. But yeah, that'll be it for this video.